Welcome back to Breakup Talk. This comment is such a good example of a boundary, and I want to talk about boundaries. There are so many comments on the previous video about, well, what if we still live together and what if we have kids together? I'm not anyone's therapist that commented on this video that I know of. So I'm going to try to break this down as if I were one of your therapists, or if I were a therapist of somebody who still lived with their partner but was trying to create the type of separation I was encouraging in that video, or had kids with that partner. And these are broad stroke things that I would maybe try to work on. So I want you to take them and try to apply them to your current situation. And if there's people in the comments that want to give advice based off of what's worked for them, that would be great. This is such a good example of a set boundary that you could try to work towards with a co-parent, saying, I don't want to talk about who I'm dating or who you're dating. I don't want to hear about that. We can only introduce new people to our kids at this time or that time. I only want to hear about my kids' sleep routine. I only want to hear about where they're going and what they're doing when you have them, and when I have them, I will share that same information. I don't want us to talk about the weather. I don't want us to talk about anything else, because I need this separation from you being a part of my life. Hopefully that person will respect those boundaries. The one that I'm so tripped up on is living together with this person. So if I was your therapist and you were still living with this person, sharing a small space, I would say it's going to be near impossible to break the cycle of getting back together if you still live with that person. And I understand there are huge financial barriers in moving out, but if there is anything that you can do to create that separation, if there's any friend that you can go stay with, even if it's for a short period of time, to give yourself that break. And people are so often not able to see what life could be like without this person if they don't have that touch point. So do you have a friend, parents, short-term lease? Can you put up some messages in Facebook groups? Can you ask friends of friends if anybody's looking for a roommate as quickly as possible? If I was a therapist of a person who had a lot of options for getting out of their apartment to not live with this person anymore, I would probably challenge and be like, why is there a part of you convinced that you have to stay in this space when you don't? Again, I don't know everyone's experience. Pieces of advice I'm just taking from comments, right? Not from whole lives that you have lived. I want to acknowledge, I know it's so hard.